Hello everybody, I see my camera is live and I'm like just still getting set up here, so there we go. Welcome to my beautiful air signs. This is Catherine. Welcome to Fish Out of Water Tarot, and today we're doing a love and romance checkup for July. And so I need to move my chair over here a little bit, and let me draw our cards. And we have the Empress. We have the Wise Counselor. Wow, Aquarius. This is quite a start and transformation. Holy moly, Aquarius, what has been going on with you? You came up first in the draw tonight, and we will be drawing for the other air signs as we go forward. So let's see, we have the Four of Wands underneath what you're not seeing. So Aquarius, let's see, let's pull out your stone. My goodness, when it comes to love and romance, what has been going on for you? Okay. The fact that we have three majors here with the Empress, the Wise Counselor, and Transformation shows that there has been something going on coming out of June that's been kind of like a heavy weight on you. Why do I say that? Because those three cards are in the major arcana, and they have to do with deep internal changes and adjustments. So it looks like, honestly, it looks like you kind of got serious and you looked in the mirror and you said, what is it going to take? I'm looking for something. I can't find what I'm looking for, and I'm really willing to do what it takes to get there. We have this beautiful Four of Wands card in underneath the deck. And this card shows that celebration when manifestation has occurred. And a lot of times, if you listen to manifesting recordings and teachings, especially about the law of assumption, and y'all can Google, there's so many wonderful teachers out there teaching about that. They talk about living as if your desired goal is here already. Abraham Hicks talks about the emotion of relief. And when you think about it, if you receive something in the nick of time, where something comes that you weren't expecting it, when you get a glass of ice cold water after a long hot walk and you have relief, that's really the energy in this Four of Wands. It's not a completion because the Wands goes all the way up to the King. So when it comes to creating the life that you're looking for, this is a sign that things are evolving and things are developing. Okay, so excellent news on that front. In your immediate past, you're looking at the Empress card, and the Empress is a card of beauty, nature. It is a sign of ripeness. She's also often pictured as pregnant, but in this particular art, she's cradling a unicorn. So that makes me think about you, Aquarius, and that sometimes you may be misunderstood because you look at the world differently than most. In fact, it's so easy for you to detach from things that people can think that you might be cold, and you are not. You're just kind of no nonsense. Don't try to tie me down. But you have been tempted to ground yourself and stand still for a minute, and you've allowed yourself to explore what's truly possible for you. In this moment, the present energies, we have this Wise Counselor card. So it might be that you have recently met someone who's giving you some really good ideas. Could be a counselor, a friend. It could be somebody you meet in an airport. One time I had that happen to me. I was sitting at an airport and the next person next to me tapped me on the shoulder and said, you know what? My dad passed away today. Now, you may not have that kind of thing happen to you. I do. And somehow that person saw me as somebody that could listen and cheer them up. And so we sat there and shared our Bloody Mary, watching a little golf on the big screen, and we talked about hope in the face of turmoil, right? So you may have had somebody cross your path recently that's really impacted you and caused you to want to make some major changes, because whatever it is that you're wanting, whatever it is when it comes to love and romance, you are coming out of a real change. This may be the sign that you're coming out from your divorce recovery, that you are ready to move into active dating, and that you need to really make an action plan for yourself. I feel these cards are filled with the hope of potential. If you are already in a couple, the idea here is the same, because truthfully, what I have found over all the times that I have talked to people who are brokenhearted or looking for love, which is well over 20 years now, they tell their story, and many times they're fearful. They're fearful of getting hurt again. But you know what? Pain is part of growth, and you don't want any person that you're with to feel like they're walking on eggshells, or if they make a mistake, that you're too fragile to take it. So Aquarius, now you have this sense of security that you can handle it. You can handle the pressures of a relationship. So you either need to take more action in connecting to your current partner, or take your show and go on the road. Get out there, do some dating, and see who is attracted to you. You are glowing with readiness. I love that. Glowing with readiness. If you want, you can write that down. I am glowing with readiness, because it's true. These cards support the growth that you have been looking for. So I am really proud of you. Let me grab my oracle cards here so we can grab, and let's see, I want to do an angel card. Which angel deck do I want to use? I think this one today for my beautiful Aquarius. So let's see what we have for you as you walk forward here. Okay. What message do the angels have for our dear Aquarius tonight? And we have this beautiful health message. I love this. It's absolutely perfect for this, because you obviously have been taking a lot of care of your inner self. You've drawn the boundaries. You're getting the look at that ball of light running around this card. As you put yourself first, you are radiating this incredible, nurturing spirit. So keep your focus on yourself. Detach from how it is that you're going to meet this next person, and keep focusing on keeping your glow. You glow, girl or guy, whoever's watching this. Go forth and prosper and have a wonderful July exploring what's possible. Okay, thank you very much. We are going to shift gears right now, and we are going to approach our beautiful Gemini. Gemini energy, we're going to be asking for the universe to show us what is the message for Gemini coming up for July. Welcome to this reading while I am shuffling. I'm Catherine, and this is Fish Out of Tarot. Fish Out of Tarot. That's why I'm a fish out of water. Fish Out of Water Tarot, which is especially for people who find themselves a bit socially awkward, a bit shy and introverted, and maybe not so comfortable with face-to-face meetings compared to texting. Can you relate? Well, let's see, Gemini. What does the universe have for you for July? And we have the Knight of Pentacles. Nice. And the Four of Wands. There's some magic happening for you there, Gemini, my gems. And we have the King of Pentacles. Okay. So, my dear, dear Gemini, it looks like you, excuse me, that's my dog Murphy. It seems like you've been spending a lot of your energy on work or projects or passion. It looks like the relationship dreams that you've been having are kind of surrounded by effort at the moment. It's good, and I think a lot of people, when they're really wanting to improve their love and relationships, they can draw a lot of confidence from your career. And also, if you're a female, there's nothing sexier than a female on a mission and eager to create the life for herself first before she goes out to try to attract a partner. And I would say that's true for guys also. Your security in who you are in the planet, how you're managing your finances in your career will guide you to the kinds of partnerships that are mature. We have the Knight of Pentacles in the immediate past, and this is a slow-moving, planning energy. This is just such a dedicated energy. And so when I see this, again, I'm feeling like this is about you, that in your energy, you can relate to this. Look at the field in the background. It's just barely sprouting. And there he's got his plans out there, but if you look at the paper, it's not very precise. There's nothing really written there. And so sometimes you can get very frustrated and wonder, Gemini, when is my harvest going to come? But the Knight of Pentacles is a true blue advocate for you. And so having this energy in your past gives you a good anchor to going forward for July. For the month, for right now, we are looking at this Four of Wands energy, which does show that happily ever after. It shows the couple with the house in the background. So Gemini, I really feel like you are on that upward trajectory, that you are starting to find balance in what it is that you're wanting. As your career is getting stabilized and you're feeling like, yes, I may be moving a little bit slowly, but I'm feeling that confidence that's going to feed your magnetism and your charisma for dating during July and for meeting and greeting, okay? You do have a lot to celebrate. This is your season. I mean, you can go out so much, you can get summertime here in the States. It's time to be seen and to be seen and to be seen. What I'm looking at here is our beautiful King of Pentacles energy that's sitting in the future position. And so when we look at this, what we're needing to realize is this is what people are seeing in you, Gemini. They're seeing this compassionate and friendly, charismatic, creative person, a person who has confidence. This card can reflect relationship success. Isn't that interesting? Even though most people think that the Pentacles are about finances only, the fact is that that suit also has to do with anything that you're doing here on the planet with your relationships. Not the emotional part so much, but the logistics. So look at how he's folding his hands. Look at how he's contemplating. And again, if you are interested in the law of assumption or the art of allowing, that's what Abraham Hicks calls it, they teach that we should contemplate, think about how we will be feeling when we have our goal already here manifested. So if you're looking to be in a couple, how will you be feeling once that couple is happening right now? The position of his hands is that contemplative hand position where he's just holding his fingers together and contemplating. He's sitting on his throne. He's not out doing the work. So I think for July, I'm going to suggest to you that you do exactly this. Live as if. Put yourself into the mindset of a person who already has what it is that they're wanting. Certainly looking into the law of assumption, you can take a look at Shelley Bullard, Bullard. Her material is wonderful if you're looking for a partner. She's my pick of the week. And she's just beautiful. She's a goddessy woman. Her videos are very short and they're very practical. She will help you find this energy of living as if. And then, last but not least, at the bottom of the deck, my dear Gemini, we're looking at what you're not seeing. this is why I have that confidence to know that July is going to be full of fireworks. I love this. It's like sparklers, right? She's holding a sparkler, and all of that energy is flying out all over. So this is the Six of Wands. It's our second Wands card, and it's sitting right under the Four of Wands. What's missing between them is the conflict card, the Five of Wands. So it just shows me that even though you've been through a lot of conflict in and out of all your relationships, you really have graduated from there. And at this point, there is a lot more victory. You're making better choices for sure, and you recognize yourself for success. You are the one that's making these changes and that are coming forward to you. So expect a lot of new opportunities and a lot of buzzy energy around your connections in July. One thing I would do for sure is what Louise Hay calls her mirror work. And Louise, one of my favorite teachers, definitely, if you have not heard any of her meditations or teachings, you want to go YouTube search Louise Hay. But one of the things she suggests is that you look right in the mirror and you look yourself in the eye and express loving thoughts to yourself. So for this particular reading, I would look in the mirror and say, I am open and available to all loving energy coming my way. I am 100% available and open to new love flowing into my life in July. I am open and available to all the love the universe has for me now. So I would suggest maybe 2 or 3 times a week, maybe more, Gemini, look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself the truth. I am ready and I can handle it. Bring it, right? And there's Murphy making noise for us during the reading. But anyway, let me draw an angel card for you as your oracle before we end tonight. And Gemini, this is exciting. It's sobering in a way because those pentacle male figures are just so stable and busy with their minds and with their lives. And that's why I'm feeling that the meaning is really more about you, that these parts of you to support yourself and be able to stand and manage without leaning too much on another person is what's making you so exciting right now to the people who are going to be attracted to you for new love. And again, if you are in a relationship already and you're still listening along, the fact is that even in a couple, as you create this confidence within yourself, you and the divine, the two of you together, what's your mission on the planet? Why are you here? What is important for you to keep doing? You will continue to create such passion in your relationship. You need that. If you get too smothered, you won't survive. And so as you draw the lanes carefully and explain to your person who you are by your actions, not by your words. So let's see what we have here. And we have an angel of awakening. I love this card because it shows me the work that you've been doing within this pentacle suit, within your career, Gemini. You have surrendered a lot. There have been things that you haven't understood and people that get on your last nerve. But for whatever reason, you've had this ability to see in a different, a different perspective. It's like things that used to bother you before. Suddenly you're looking at them and thinking, goodness, I don't really care. By the way, you want to YouTube search for a video by Michael Singer called Quit Bothering Yourself. Okay, write that down. Stop bothering yourself, Michael Singer. I love that because as a busy Gemini, your mind, your mind. I have a Gemini moon, and we can just start going cycling, right? Just cycling and thinking so much back and forth and back and forth. And the fact is that we can awaken to genuine peace and harmony when we stay true to ourselves. Okay, so one little piece of advice here for you, Gemini. Grab a piece of paper and write down, draw a line right down the center of the paper. And on the left side of the paper, I want you to write all of the things that you love about yourself. Okay, the traits about yourself that you love, the talents and skills. And then when you run out, I want you to think think of two people that are fond of you, family people or friends. What would they say that you're good at? What would your friends say that that are assets for you that you don't see for yourself? If you want, you can ask your friends. Ask them, what do you think are my 3 best traits? And build up your self-concept that way. On the right-hand side of the paper, write down the parts of your personality that you feel are holding you back. Okay, so whatever it might be, as a Gemini, people might think you're a little indecisive, for example, or they might think that, again, related, but that you ruminate, you think about the decision so much that it makes you crazy and everybody else crazy around you. So grab those shadow traits of your personality and write them down and just own them. This is another way to use the mirror, where you can stand in front of the mirror and just own it. Even though it's not easy for me to accept, I am a little bit indecisive, and I choose to accept that about myself. Those 2 tasks will really ramp up your magnetism for the rest of the summer and get you some very interesting meetings with people. Don't say no to your social opportunities. And the last little bit of wisdom is, especially if you've been waiting a long time, look for opportunities to date outside your type. Okay, if you're a person who always wanted to be with a tall blonde, maybe you want to be with a tall brown-haired man with brown eyes. They come up to you and you feel a connection, but they're not your type. Just guard against that. Make sure that you know what it is that you want. Is physical appearance more important to you than how you feel when you're with the person? Okay, it's important stuff. All right, so thank you. I love you guys. Thank you, Geminis. Have a beautiful month. And now, last but certainly not least, we have Libra. So my beautiful Libras, welcome. My kings and queens of fairness in all things. My kings and queens of not wanting to see anybody mistreated. My tender-hearted Libra. Let's see what the cards have for you tonight. Again, if you're just joining me, I'm Catherine. This is Fish Out of Water Tarot, and we're doing our monthly readings here in live format tonight. And let me just give these one more little mix. I just feel like I want to shuffle one more time, Libra. Thank you for being patient. Cards. And Libra, my dear, all right, we have the Chariot. Lots of majors coming out in the July, guys, for our air signs. And we have, this card I call it a power card because it's a painful card. So that means there's power in it. Let's unlock that. And then our last card, we have the Empress. And the Empress has come out twice tonight, so there's a lot of creative energy here for us. If you're enjoying the reading, please do hit that thumbs up button. It kind of it closes the loop between us and brings the magic together. So thank you for those thumbs up. And let's take a peek at the bottom of the deck. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Very interesting. All right, so let me just take a look here. And this is for our beautiful Libra. Welcome, my Librans. Okay, when it comes to love and romance, you know what? This is really genuinely positive reading for sure. We do have this little problem here with our 5 of Pentacles, but the cards that are surrounding this 5 are filled with love and promise. Okay, Libra? So I feel like you're kind of stuck right now. You're stuck in a corner. You can't see a way out of something. And it's hard not to feel like a victim because in a way, I totally relate to this. Life can victimize you. If you, for example, if you've had a sudden job change that your company downsized, or if you've had a situation where a friend of yours, a beloved friend of yours suddenly moved out of town, left you without a friend. Certainly if somebody gets sick, all of these things can happen. And it's so important. And Abraham Hicks, you know, is my hero. And Abraham talks about, helps us understand that we can't control the conditions. The conditions of life, how life unfolds, we cannot control that. But we absolutely can control how we react and how we respond. And that's where I'm at today. In my manifestation walk is I create those intentions and I know what it is that I'm looking for. But I also know I need to always step away from victim energy, because many times things happen that are completely out of our control. So this card, my Chris Reck is over there at Minnow Pond Tarot. He has a tarot school, and I've actually participated over there. And he talks about this card, and in this way, he said, don't emphasize your weaknesses. Don't over concentrate on the things you cannot do. If you notice this little lady sitting on the bench with her cat, who knows, she may have 10 cats at home and she couldn't take them all out. She's a lonely cat lady, right? And she has been through the toughest parts of life. She is a survivor. She knows the truth that no matter what happens, well, no matter what happens, Libra, things do work out. That's the truth. But at this moment, right now, it looks like something's really distracting you. It's distracting you so much that you don't feel your angelic guidance. And the angel standing right behind you and floating above his head are those 5 pentacles. So because her attention is forward, she's not aware of how much wealth and support is right behind her. Don't forget that all changes happen from the inside out, Libra. And so how you're thinking about your current conditions are what's creating your mindset about it. Now, it looks like that's bringing you a little bit of, I call it the blues, where you're just not feeling 100% like yourself. You're not feeling as hopeful. So let's put the doctor to work right now, Dr. Tarot, and let's take a look at what's happening. In the recent past, we're showing this Chariot. Things have been moving. In some parts of your life, there's been a lot of speed, Libra, and that's been problematic. It doesn't feel comfortable. Look at how this Chariot is up in the air and the angel has no reins. Okay, so this is a risk to be in this momentum where you're going forward and you don't know exactly where you're going. So Libra, I can see where this has felt a little jarring and disconcerting, but acceleration toward what you're wanting is always a good thing. And it's a major card, and the majors always have to do with your heart and your core and what you need to be changing on the deepest soul part of you. So the part of you, the fact that there's some victim-y energy that's turned on in you, nothing to feel bad about. The victim is a part of the human energy. I believe there's an archetype, Carolyn Mace, I think you say her name, M-Y-S-S. She's done a whole series on the archetypes, so you might want to do a YouTube search on the victim archetype because it's helpful. When we realize that we feel like a victim, we can step right up and tell the truth. What you're not seeing is that you do have access to this beautiful Queen of Pentacles energy. Now, yes, the Pentacles have to do with money, but the stability of the Queen of Pentacles is much bigger and broader than just money. I'm just going to read this. Listen in. Generous, practical, gracious, materialistic, the ability to make anything more beautiful, a love of family and home, be practical about how you proceed, a love of art and beauty, a sensitive approach. So what this shows me, and we put it what you're not seeing right now with this coupling here, is that your pentacles are being protected in ways that you cannot understand. As you make a point of staying in gratitude during this month, I would say especially for this first 2 weeks, Libra, the first 2 weeks of July, when you wake up in the morning, be thankful. I would even write down 5 to 10 things that you're grateful for, because you are, I'm going to use the word curator. I mean, you have an eye for beauty. You have an eye for what works. You are practical. Yes, you have materialistic desires, but you can make a purse out of a sow's ear. That's a very old quote. But you know how to take what other people devalue and make it into something valuable. It's one of your most magical traits. So stepping into gratitude and acknowledging, oh gosh, there's that part of me that feels like a victim again. I'm just not going to have it. I'm going to change my mindset right now. I may be victimized by life. My conditions may be hard, but I am no victim. I am a victor. I have that queenly energy behind me, in front of me, around me, whenever I choose to focus on it. You may wonder why I am speaking about that so confidently for you, Libra. I think, am I reconnecting? Yes, we reconnected. Thank you. I lost us and then it reconnected. I feel very grateful about that. Libra, I hope that that's a good sign of how lucky your month is going to be, that your reading got interrupted and I fell off and came back. Okay, so the good news is, Libra, is the Empress is here. The Empress is like my favorite card. It really is, in whatever deck she's in, because she is all potential and she's momentum and she's moving forward. So for you to be in a sandwich between the Chariot, which is fast moving energy, and the Empress, which is solid, it's the solidification of your energy in this 3D reality. I would say that it's very good news for you, Libra, coming in July. But your work is to recognize when you're slipping into a little bit of victim thinking, acknowledging it. Oh, there's that part of me that just is still hanging on, clinging to being a victim. And it's okay. It happens to me. Victim energy is just an energy that can be turned off and turned on. And this card is an indication that you're working your way out of it from June, and maybe even from May also, maybe longer than that. But Libra, this is excellent. I'm excited for you this month. So be sure to say yes to your social invitations. Give people a chance. This month, I'm really encouraging people to not allow themselves to stick with their type. When it comes to connecting and dating and relating for the rest of the summer, be particularly careful to not eliminate people just because they're not your type. Another thing to look at is friendships that you have. You may have some guy friends, Libra, that you can't imagine that you would have ever been their partner. But these guy friends may be, one of your guy friends may actually be soulmate material, and you just are not recognizing it, okay? So stay open to unusual possibilities, leverage that Chariot energy and the Empress going forward. I'm so excited for you. So let me just draw an oracle card for you, my dear Libra. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. If you're here visiting for the first time, please come back and see me. I'm Catherine at Fish Out of Water Tarot. And we have the source of life. Yes, okay, so this goes perfectly with this reading because the Chariot energy is bringing all that speed toward you. The Empress energy is here with the ability to bring to light things that you're not seeing. Your only call is to acknowledge your source of life. So whatever is your source, and whatever you call the divine, you may use the word God or you may use the universe or any sign, but acknowledge that you have a source within you that is enlivening you, teaching you, guiding you. You have an inner being that wants you to respond to what's happening in your life instead of reacting. This card also, to me, is a bit of a call to meditation. The water that you're seeing is a symbol of spirit. And when you're sitting quietly in meditation, you're more available to spirit. Can you see the little bitty figure down in the center there, right under that stream of water? And can you see the size of those hands that are holding all of the supply that you need? We are so little when compared to our inner self, our inner being. And our inner being looks at our problems and they're like the size of a little speck. Because in our inner being's view, there's only one goal, and that is for you to understand your divine connection and how very much you are loved. So there you have it, Libra. Thank you so much for visiting with me this afternoon. I look forward to seeing you on the next reading, and go forth and prosper. Have an absolutely beautiful month. All of my gorgeous air signs, thank you for your love and attention. I just love you. Good night.